G'day traders, welcome to wrap up of Thursday the 22nd of March. Got the daily chart up here. So we've been selling off, which is fantastic to see, and you can see now we've basically had three red candles, but only the last two candles have actually been negative or sell-off cash market days. Even though this particular candle here was red, we actually pushed up during the cash market. But this candle here on Wednesday, we saw the cash market really push down, and again last night, Thursday, we saw the cash market push down again as well. So hopefully we'll see these sellers continue. We want to see it start breaking now. It's already just broken that area there. We want to see that continue and start to break through this bit of a swing high here. And once it starts breaking through that, that'll encourage a lot more sellers, and we'll continue to see these better markets. So as a result of getting these sellers, like we said yesterday, we're seeing a lot more contracts come through the dome now. We're getting this tussle again between buyers and sellers, and as a result we're getting days like this where we're getting multiple, 1, 2, 3, 4 trending day, like 4 within a day, which is fantastic, and it's throwing up a lot more opportunities. In the past we've gotten this grind where just the buyers are in control and sellers are very hesitant to come in. So that's why as soon as we pull back off those highs and we want to see continue to push down, it'll bring that fight back between the buyers and sellers, and that's good for day trading. That's what we want to see. So this particular day, left hand side, we've got the 5-minute chart here. We just pushed up slightly, start off the morning, but you can see this resistance up here held, and quickly from there the market started pushing down. So this area here, as far as looking at the other charts and watching the other markets, looked like it was an area that the market really wanted to push down and have a go at these cash market lows, which is what it did, and went down and pushed further. From there we saw all the markets push down lower. Then we started to get a pullback here. So again, this area here, as we're pulling back, obviously we're still in a downtrend. We're pulling back, the moving average is still pointing down. So this is a good area to potentially look for the market to pull back towards, and then if these sellers really in control, see it start heading back to the lows. And you can see it did stop here. It lined up with some resistance area, and all the other markets started to push down. So a good area to potentially sell off. But in the end, the buyers did start to come back. So even though that particular area didn't work really well, still it's a solid area to look at. And if you keep an eye on these particular top areas, you'll notice they work quite often. From there we pushed up a little bit higher in there, so all of a sudden we see that good sell-off area, potential area fail. So that does give a little bit of power to the buyers to see a good area like that fail. So be aware of that, and then you can see the moving average starting to swing up to the upside now here. So we've got this 5-minute fade set up here. So this is actually a buy. Where it came, it's just a couple of ticks off where it swung down from, this swing high here. So these type of areas, what you want to do is you want to look for at least a 6 to 8 tick pullback. So that gives you some room, because you're going to get naturally a bit of a pullback here, but then a continuation. So a lot better to take the entry down around this area here, look for the market to push higher. So again, the market had some potential to keep on pushing up. It did go a couple of points, and then it kind of stalled, formed a bit of a double top, and then from there everything started to form again on the downside. And you can see the predictive started pushing down here, and all the other markets were starting to break here. And a great area for the market to potentially sell off and have a go at its lows, which it did start to do. And in the end it got there, once again formed another exact double bottom, and then markets decided they really wanted to, buyers come back into control, and from there they almost came back to the cash market highs again. So there's overall 4 trends, but there's 4 pretty good areas where the market showed signs of what it wanted to do, and I thought those major areas, and again trading is about finding the area 1, and then 2 is getting an entry. So the first part is identifying the areas, and this area here to push lower, I thought a little bit of a pullback, and the chances of then the market gets pushing down, just because we've had sellers lately and we had support of the other markets to push that down. Then this area here to sell off from, that didn't work overall. It started to work, but the buyers did come back and take control, but still it's a good area to sell, whether it works or not. Like I said, this area will work. Then this area to buy from, the pullback here, and then this area here to sell off from, when we start to get all the movement with the markets pushing down and the predictive average moving down. So It's important with these sort of things that you go with the trend. So you'll notice all these areas. So they're looking for sell here, looking for sell here. The moving average is pointing down. Also, when we start looking for buys, the moving average is pointing to the upside. Then again, we're starting to look for sells, and the moving average is pointing to the downside. So it's very important to go with that moving average, and that's the reason for it. Quickly go through the 1 minute chart. So here, this is where we had this push up. So we only pushed up slowly. You can see you'll push up, pull back, push up. So we never actually hit a power point on the upside. So there wasn't certainly any aggression on the upside. So even through this bit of a push up here, certainly was under the belief that the market was at some stage was going to sell off, and we certainly got that. It pushed down through this power point, then again through another one from here. We started to push up again, and it was this area here that we're looking for the market to hold and push down lower. A good area to look to sell off is try and get up as high as you can, so then you start getting areas like this acting as a resistance for your stop out. So that way, if you can get your stop above this area here, it protects your stop a bit. But the overall, what I thought was the strongest resistance was this area here, and that's where it did start to hold and push down. We did get a lot of pressure downside. The Russell was breaking and looking to go lower, so it had a lot of potential this area. But as trading can be, nothing's certain, that's for sure. You just got to keep on taking the solid setups. But in this case, the buyers took back control, and then we got a bit of a pullback here. So you can see the pullback's quite shallow. So taking a trade up round here where the actual 5 minute fade came up, it's not the best spot. Taking it down around these areas here when it pulls back is a lot better option. From there, it did have potential to break up, especially when it pulled back a second time and push here. The buyers could have really come in and had another go at the cash market highs, but in the end, the sellers again take back control. So once same as what we said before, when you're seeing a solid buying area like this start to fail, it gives a lot of pressure to the downside, and that's what happens. The sellers came in, took control, and from there they pushed down lower. And then we saw this bit of a freak upside come in here where the buyers came back and took control quite quickly. But anyway, multiple movements, fantastic to see. Certainly lots of opportunities being thrown into the market now, and we'll turn up again and see what happens on Friday.